He was just a janitor. Ignored. Mocked. Invisible. But the moment the billionaire CEO forced him to pretend to be a financial advisor as a joke, the entire boardroom erupted in laughter. Until the janitor opened his mouth, what he said next didn't just silence the room. It changed the CEO's life forever. Everyone laughed when the janitor walked into the boardroom, everyone except the CEO, who suddenly felt something was very, very wrong. Leon worked the night shift as a janitor at Vanguard Apex Holdings, one of the biggest investment firms in the country. Every night, he walked through marble hallways he could never afford to walk through during the day. He swept floors next to doors guarded by security scanners, behind which billion-dollar decisions were made by people who would never look him in the eye. But Leon didn't mind. He had learned to be invisible. He cleaned, listened, observed, and he learned. What no one knew, not a single person in that building, was that Leon used to be brilliant, a scholarship student, a top finance major, until life ripped everything away: his mother's medical bills, losing his home, losing his future, losing everything except the promise he made to her. Never stop learning, son. Knowledge can't be taken from you. So Leon read whatever he could get his hands on. Economics, textbooks from the thrift store, investment reports left in recycling bins, earnings calls he overheard while wiping down conference tables. He stayed quiet, stayed small, stayed unnoticed, until the day everything changed. It was the quarterly board meeting, a high-tension day. Leon was mopping the hallway when suddenly the glass doors burst open. The CEO, Jonathan Hale, a billionaire known for ruthlessness, storms out, shouting, "None of you understand what real value is. We're bleeding money." The board members followed, nervous, embarrassed. Then one of them, Evan, the smug VP who always tossed trash on the floor instead of in the bins, snickered. "Why don't we ask the janitor?" He pointed at Leon. "It'd be funny. Let's hear his expert insights." The executives burst into laughter. Leon froze, gripping his mop. Jonathan Hale wasn't laughing. He was irritated, exhausted, and in desperate need of a win. "Fine," he growled. "Bring him in. Please, fine. Bring him in." Leon's heart thundered as he was ushered into the massive boardroom he'd only ever cleaned. As a joke, "Let the janitor give us investment advice," the VP said loudly, smirking. "Go on, man. Tell us how to save our billion-dollar company." The board members chuckled, but the CEO studied Leon. Something about the janitor's calm eyes, the way he scanned the financial charts on the screen. There was awareness there. Sharpness. "Go on," Jonathan said. "Speak." Leon took a breath, and when he spoke his first sentence, everyone stopped breathing. His voice was steady, confident. "Your Q3 losses aren't from market volatility. They're from internal misallocation. You're over-diversifying into sectors that don't align with your core competencies." Silence. The VP who mocked him earlier slowly lowered his coffee cup. Jaw slack. Leon continued. "You're chasing every shiny trend instead of focusing on the one thing Apex used to dominate long-term infrastructure investments. You're bleeding money because you're acting like amateurs." The CEO's eyebrows shot up. Leon wasn't done. "You're making decisions based on fear instead of fundamentals. And if you keep this up, you won't last 2 more quarters." The room was frozen. Jonathan Hale leaned forward. "Who taught you to read balance sheets?" Leon swallowed. "No one. I taught myself." The CEO stared at him with something no one had looked at Leon with in years. "Respect. Janitor or not, you're coming back tomorrow. I want to know everything you know." Leon didn't realize it yet, but this was the moment everything in his life was about to change. The billionaire CEO thought he was testing the janitor, but he had no idea he was about to uncover the secret that would shake him to his core. Leon returned the next morning terrified he'd be fired, embarrassed, or mocked. Instead, he found the CEO already waiting for him with a stack of financial reports and 2 coffees. "For you," Jonathan said. No one had handed Leon a coffee in years. For hours, they talked. Leon explained market psychology, risk clusters, long-term trends. He broke down Apex's failing departments with accuracy no analyst had ever provided. Jonathan listened like a student. Then he finally asked, "Leon, why are you a janitor?" "Ooh." Leon hesitated. No one had ever asked him that with sincerity. "I used to have a chance," he said. "A scholarship, a future. But my mother got sick. The debt drowned us. I dropped out to take care of her. She died before I could finish my degree." Jonathan's eyes softened. No arrogance, no coldness, just humanity. "Why didn't you try again?" he asked. Leon smiled sadly. "When you fall too far behind, the world stops waiting for you." Jonathan shook his head slowly. "No, it doesn't. Some people just never get a hand up." The billionaire CEO, feared by his own executives, was visibly moved. That afternoon, Jonathan called an emergency meeting. The same board members who mocked Leon yesterday gathered again, confused. Jonathan stood beside Leon. "This man," he said firmly, "has provided more insight in 2 days than all of you have in a year." Gasps, disbelief, anger. But Jonathan didn't care. "I'm making him my senior strategic analyst." Effective immediately. Leon nearly collapsed. The board exploded with objections. "He's a janitor. He has no degree. This is insane." But the CEO raised a hand. "Let results speak louder than titles." He turned to Leon. "Ready?" Leon nodded. Over the next months, Leon transformed Apex. He restructured portfolios, cut deadweight, identified investments others were too blind or too proud to consider. Within a year, Apex Holdings had its highest profits in a decade, and Leon, the invisible janitor, became the reason thousands of employees kept their jobs. Then came the day Jonathan pulled him aside into his office. "Leon," he said softly, "I want you to enroll in the executive finance program. I'll pay for everything." Leon's eyes filled with tears. "And one more thing," the CEO added. "I know your mother never got to see the man you could become. But I promise you this, she'd be proud of you. More than you know." Leon couldn't even speak. He had walked into this building sweeping floors. Now he walked its hallways as someone who mattered, someone whose voice changed a company and changed lives.